Hello, hello. So, it's like one, almost two in the morning. So I wanted to do a reading here. I honestly couldn't sleep, but this one's gonna be on a love reading or like what's going on with your situation, like what's going on with your connection and stuff like that. I don't really do those often, but I don't know. I felt like I should do one today, so that's what I'm gonna do. I hope y'all have been doing okay. Hope your mental health hasn't been too intense, too strong, too overwhelming. Honestly, this weekend I was like bed rotting all day for the past 2 days, so all weekend. And then I went to go to the movies today, which is Monday. Well, yesterday, which was Monday. And I saw what's that movie? The Home with Pete Davidson. Surprisingly a good movie. I was shocked myself, but overall, not so bad. Wanted to give myself a little break. And now we're going to go back to this reading. So I kind of wanted to just get information on what is going on with your connection. What is basically the update. Oop. So we have the first card here. And then we have the second card, which is going to be, what did I decide on? I'm doing the Celtic cross reading. I don't do that one often, but I feel like I don't do spreads often. But I do want to get into them. So the challenge for this connection with the collective. What is going on and what is the challenge with the collective as far as their love life for their connection that they're in? Oh, thank you. Okay. So here we have number 3, which is what do you need to focus on in this connection? Oh, well, that came out already. What is your past and what are you leaving behind? Oh, sorry for my squeaky chair. It's all messed up from my cats and my weight. Okay. What are your strengths in this connection? Whoa, I got 3 cards. So let's start with this one here. It's going to be a little harder to see, and then we have here number 6. What is going to happen in the near future with this connection? Thank you. And then we have here number 7, 8, 9, and 10. What is the advice? Then we have 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm going to do a little bit of a different shuffle. 7. What is the advice that Spirit wants to give you? Thank you. What is the environment that will help with this? Whoa, that was weird. Let's do that again. There we go. And that came out kind of backwards. What are the hopes and fears in this connection? Thank you, my guys. Thank you. And what is a potential outcome currently? Okay. All right. So let's get into it. For your current situation, let's look at number 1. The King of Wands. Funny enough, I was literally thinking about this card. So with the King of Wands here, we have the energy of hot and cold. Kind of someone who really addresses situations either through their temperament, like their attitude, or their rage, or even their passion. So it can be both a negative and a positive thing, but this is somebody who is very much in control of those emotions. However, with this reading specifically, I'm getting the sense that it's not that it's in a negative way, but I'm getting that this person in your connection, this masculine energy, whether that's you or them, this masculine energy is very much in the sense of fight or flight. It's like whenever there's an issue, there's either address it head on with an attitude and with a temperament, and trying to be like the bigger person. I'm sorry, not the bigger person. Trying to intimidate you as a bigger person is what I'm getting, like trying to be very intimidating, trying to be very much in control of the situation, but also having this flighty energy of like, this isn't worth my time, this isn't worth my attitude, this isn't worth my temper, so I'm not going to address it. That's kind of the issue that I'm getting. As far as some clarity, what can you give us for the King of Wands for the situation? What is it? What? So we have here, accept the pain, fulfill your needs in other ways, and then land of love. So overall, it's a sense of like not feeling like you or this other person isn't getting the type of love that you're requiring in this connection, feeling very off balance, feeling very much not as appreciated or as loved as you know you can be. And with balcony here, land of love, but soft what light through yonder window breaks. It is the east and Juliet is the sun. It's very much a sense of like, not feeling unattainable, not feeling like you're within your arm's reach of each other, and feeling like you are in one place and this person is in another place. It's like you're feeling very distant from each other. So I'll go ahead and do that. What is the challenge for this situation? So we have the Ace of Swords. So the challenge is you guys aren't communicating. You're not speaking the words that need to be spoken. And because of that, there's this distance, like emotional distance and maybe even a physical distance between you that is very much getting in the way of allowing yourself to feel closer, connected with this person. So whether the way whatever is coming up in your mind is staying in your mind and is not being verbally outspoken. So the sense of like avoidance also is very much an issue here. For your card for number 3, what you need to focus on, strength and reverse. So you need to focus on not feeling so stuck in the strength within yourself. So you may have the skills or even the desire to speak your mind or the ability to confront situations, but there's this fear holding you back, and there's this fear of like not taking advantage of the situations when they come. It's like you're not taking a risk. You're not taking the opportunity to speak your mind and speak what needs to be spoken of, despite the hurt and the pain and the anguish that you feel, right? And it's so funny because strength represents Leo and like a lion. And I did my reading here. My channeling, and so I got like Archangel Michael, Raphael, but look, I wrote Leo. Leo was popping up, and this phrase, burn up the sun. I'm not sure why I got that, but then I also got here in the land of love, it is the east and Juliet is the sun. So it's this sense of like sun being the center of attention, being the center of the situation, I guess you can say is a better way. So it's like, be okay with demanding the attention that you know you need in order to address the situation. Maybe you've been feeling a little neglected, like other people are a priority besides you. This is an issue that needs to be addressed. Your past and your leaving. What are you leaving behind? Your 8 of Pentacles. With the 8 of Pentacles here, I'm getting the sense you feel like you're leaving behind either goals that you set for yourself or dreams that you had for this connection. I'm getting that. I'm so sorry. I'm getting that in both ways. Let's get a little clarity on the 8 of Pentacles, please, my guys. Oh, look, dream. Thank you. Revenge and Capulet. Punishment, compensation, counterattack, fatherly love, and dogmatism. Controlling. Thy beauty hath made me effeminate, and in my temper soft and valor steel. For Capulet, we have my child is yet a stranger in the world. So for Eight of Pentacles, we have here the sense of very much leaving behind the idea of wanting to punish or wanting to kind of, you want to leave the energy of revenge behind you. It's like you feel like you want to transform in this relationship. You want to grow up. You want to leave behind this sense of control, of always having to be the one in having to call out the situations, having to call out the problems, having to address what needs to be worked on. I'm getting the sense it's like you're tired of being the one that is constantly addressing these things. So I feel like that's why maybe you're holding back. Maybe you're waiting for this other person to do it. And it's like, when are you going to come towards me? When are you going to come towards our relationship and realize that we need work on? Why are you always leaving? Why are you always so comfortable leaving me behind? It's kind of what I'm getting. It's like the sense of like not wanting to really punish, like the sense of punishment is really not working for you in the past. So I feel like this is something that you're not really in the mood to do anymore. And then with Eight of Pentacles here, it's like you are tired of the one always putting in the work, always putting in the efforts, right? So I'll leave it at that. I don't want to get too confusing, but that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting. So for your strengths, this is what we have. We have 3 cards. We have Justice, we have the Devil, and then we have the King of Swords. So very much a sense of like leaving behind the toxic traits of toxic relationships or toxic connections and toxic habits, right? So no longer being comfortable in sitting in silence, no longer being comfortable in letting others control you, no longer being comfortable in allowing other people to give you the silent treatment is what I'm getting, or even not letting others being comfortable in making you feel less than, right? So it's like the sense of like always getting into connections that are always a counterbalance of you think you're more important than me, and then I think I'm the most important thing. So the sense of like trying to find the balance between both you and the person and learning to prioritize each other without feeling like you're being neglected is kind of what I'm getting. I feel like that's the strength that you have. You have the strength of being able to see both sides in the situation, being able to really address those type of toxic issues that need to be worked on. Another thing is that I feel like you're very good at sorting out your thoughts. You're also very good at sorting out what needs to be let go of and sorting out what needs to be worked on. It's like this ability to really see like the value in what works and what doesn't. But the problem is, I think you feel like that's always falling on you. You're always the one being relied on to address the issues, and you feel like the bad person in this. It's like you are too tired of being seen as the bad guy or the nagger or the one that's constantly having to, pick up the pieces of the relationship in order for it to work, right? And for your near future, we have the Moon in reverse. So I feel like there's still gonna be some truths that are gonna be a little bit behind hidden is what I meant to say. Some truths aren't really gonna be very much addressed, but the problem isn't in the sense of like it's not that you're not willing, it's that this other person is not willing to do that. So I feel like in the near future you're not going to get the answers that you're looking for exactly, but it doesn't necessarily mean you have to kind of let the connection go, right? Sometimes it just takes a little bit of patience and care and understanding on your end, despite feeling the need to not give it. I'm getting the sense of like very much like the moon is the mother, right? When it's reversed, it's kind of like trying to not wanting to give that motherly care or nature or even attention that you can provide as someone who has those qualities. And I'm getting the sense that your relationship may not have it for a little bit for now, but maybe it'll be a good thing just for the situation between you and this person and whatever conflict is going on, to really kind of bring up more and more of the root of the issues, and then eventually this will be spoken of, this will be addressed, this issue needs to be worked on, and then there you can make up your mind as to whether or not this connection is worth your time or not. So some advice that Spirit wants to give you is the Eight of Swords. Let me get a little bit of clarity on that. Clarifier on the Eight of Swords, please. I'm getting the sense like be okay with, I don't want to say be okay with being stuck, but be okay with keeping some things to yourself. If you're always the one addressing things, sometimes it's important to just let the other person come to you, despite how uncomfortable or how stuck or how how much the need to control the situation overpowers you. The sense of like, okay, sometimes you kind of just gotta let yourself sit still in that energy and allow the other person to come to you. But let me get a little bit of clarity on the Eight of Swords, please. Thank you. The Five of Cups. So with the Five of Cups here, it's kind of like leaving emotional connections behind, leaving opportunities behind, or leaving things that used to satisfy you, no longer keeping them around you, and leaving things behind, feeling loss, feeling grief, feeling sorrow. So the sense of like I was saying, like it's okay to feel sorrow for this connection. But sometimes because you feel it so strongly, you feel like the need to always be on top of not feeling that. Sometimes those things need to be felt. And just kind of, I'm getting the sense that advice Spirit wants you to do is just really sit back and let the feelings kind of brew for both of you. And instead of trying to avoid that feeling by constantly trying to control things and avoiding and doing that. And avoid doing that, sorry. So that way this other person can feel it just as much as you do. Very much a sense of like emotional bypassing, like no longer avoiding the tough situations by trying to control everything and by trying to control where the relationship is heading. So if it's heading in an emotional downward spiral, no longer controlling things to make sure that they don't go downward. Sometimes you have to let them go downward, let the relationship kind of feel like it's falling apart, because the other person has to step in now to take control. Let them take the reins. Let them take the opportunity to really allow yourself to be saved in a way. It doesn't necessarily sound like the best advice, but I feel like it's very much a sense of like, you've done so much, let the other person take control now. That's kind of what I'm getting. I feel like you're not letting this other person really step in, because they're always the one who's running away. So you're trying to keep them from running away and pulling them back. It's kind of like, no, like if they want to run away, but if they run away, they'll have to eventually come back to address the situation, right? That's the hard part. It's like having to face the reality of like, damn, if they're running away and they're still not putting in the effort, maybe it's best that this connection ends. If they're running away, but then they're coming back and, wanting to work on this and that or whatever and addressing the issues at hand, then there's like an answer for you as well, right? For number 8, your environment. What can help with your environment? We have the Ten of Wands reversed. So I'm getting the sense it's very much like don't allow the stress to be a part of the situation. Don't allow the stress of a relationship to overpower everything else. So I'm getting like whatever stress you're feeling within yourself, you have to address it in other ways on your own personal time instead of taking it out on the other person and vice versa, right? Don't take it out on yourself either. Take it out on other things that will alleviate you from the stress, and that way it won't in turn cause you to take out the stress on your person, right? So very much a sense of like having to take accountability of the test of the I'm getting the test of faith, taking accountability on the test of faith that you feel. um Number 9, hopes and fears. Why are they all reversed? Damn. Okay. We have the 7 of Cups. So you have this fear of like maybe this person has other options, or maybe this person is looking at other people, looking at other situations to involve themselves in. But I'm also getting the fact that the sense that you are scared that you have this fantasy that is blocking you from seeing the reality of a situation. I feel like you think that there's other opportunities out there that you're not seeing, and you feel stuck. It's like you feel stuck in the decision that you made. And because you feel stuck, you're not able to go after other opportunities that are being presented towards you. So you're wondering to yourself, like, am I doing the right decision in staying, or is it time for me to leave? And there's a sense of like not knowing what to do and feeling stuck. For your potential outcome, Temperance, I'm getting very much a sense of like be patient with yourself and with the connection. Like don't be so much in a rush to find answers now. Sometimes that's where our impatience can get us into more trouble, because we're so set on trying to find different answers quickly that we don't really allow ourselves to really um, see the right answer because it hasn't come in time. So we feel so pressured to find the right answer right away, right? And I feel like sometimes we cut connections off too quickly because we don't want to go through the struggle of feeling discomfort and stress in our own relationships, so we don't feel happy, so we feel like, oh, this isn't the right thing. But sometimes not every connection is always always happy, is always pure love, is always pure happiness. Like if you're working with someone else to build a relationship together, it takes effort, time, and love from both you and this person, and also the desire to work for it, the desire to make it work. But because you're the one always wanting to make it work, you're the one always in control of the situation, it's kind of time for you to pull that energy back and allow this person to come in now. Let me get a little clarity on Temperance, please. Okay. Clarity on Temperance. Whoa. Thank you. Dark deal, wrong decision, incorrect direction. I pay thy poverty and not thy will. One more clarifier for Temperance. Potential outcome. Patience. Yeah, there you go. I feel like if you're not patient, you may find yourself making a difficult and even wrong decision, and it'll lead your relationship towards an incorrect direction. So patience, decent, and self-control is very much the answer here. It's very much a sense of like you're going to have to face your desire to control yourself. Your desire to want to control everything else is not going to help you here. Yeah, so I'll leave it at that. Let's get one more clarifier for Temperance, please. Oh. The Nurse, kindness, loving, realistic. So thou will fall backward when thou hast more wit, Wilt thou not, Juliet? Oh my god, that sounded horrible, but okay. Overall, I think that's just saying like right now is a time of healing of emotions, healing of wisdom, healing of love, healing of care and desire and patience. So very much a sense of like time to take care of yourself for a little bit, despite how strongly you want to address the conflict in this connection. Um, yeah, so it's very much you yourself right now is the answer to your problems for now, and keeping things to yourself and allowing the other person to come in instead of you chasing after them. It's time for them to chase after you, even if it takes time, you know. So I'll pretty much leave it at that. No. Actually, I don't. There's something that I wanted to do. Let me do a Oracle of the Phoenix. Okay. So I want to do this card or this deck. Just what is a way that the collective can transform their relationships? What is a way for the collective to transform their relationships? Okay. Whoa. Let's get one more. Thank you. Okay. So we have here overcome weakness, learn to live in love. So very much a sense of overcoming the dark side within ourselves and very much allowing ourselves to be comfortable in showing affection even during times of chaos and conflict. It's very much a sense of like looking at no, I don't want to say looking at the bright side. I don't know why the song Mr. Brightside by the Killers popped up, but it did. Let me write this down. I don't even know if that song makes sense. Mr. Brightside, the Killers, will somebody tell me? Okay. Oop. Oh, this one popped out. Seeking help, talking, conference, consult. So look for help, look for guidance, look for wisdom. Maybe this is one of the ways that you can from this reading. But overcome weakness. Let's get some clarity on that one from this. Oh my god, I literally just opened it. The path to mastery begins as soon as you conquer your greatest weakness and start to heal. It is then that weakness is transformed into strength. What the card means. The white phoenix brings its light and fire and the message that you are ready, that the path of your mastery lies before you. In order to follow this path without strain, it is important that you meditate and avoid being delayed and diverted by worldly concerns. A true master follows the path of humility rather than of glory. Decide to embrace love, not fear. You possess a pure heart and need to understand that it would like to be put into service. You will only be able to achieve mastery if you have a clear idea of your objective and do not allow your ego to lead you astray. Think about your goals and what you really want. The path of mastery is both easy and challenging at the same time. You have drawn this card now because you are ready. You will accept and understand the tests and go through life with a smile. From now on, all you need to do is love everything unconditionally and continue your way with clear intentions. Two things are important in progressing along the path of mastery: and inspiration and hard work. Always follow your heart. It will lead you through all your challenges and triumph to trust and clarity. Yeah. Learn to live in love. Let's see. Your soul wants to experience and feel all of life's events and sensations. It wants you to learn and expand your horizons in divine love. Be aware that you are increasing your abilities and furthering your knowledge even when you think you are doing nothing, and everything around you seems static and still. This magnificent phoenix is a reminder that you are here on earth to develop your talents, and development means learning. Life is full of challenges, but when viewed from a wider perspective, there is a deeper meaning to all that happens or fails to happen. On the path of awareness, you will learn that you can choose almost every day between the opposites of fear and love. Learn to react with love to life's major challenges in order to receive love in return. If you should respond with fear or ignorance or without taking responsibility, you will repeat life's trials and tribulations. Understand that you are living in a dual world. Everything has a positive and a negative. This colorful, loving phoenix whispers gently to you that knowledge is power. All right. So I hope that kind of gave you some clarity on your current situation, your current relationship. However, it is definitely a difficult time. I myself need to work on actually expressing myself more authentically, funny enough. So that's something that I'm working on currently. And yeah, I hope this gave you some clarity, and I hope you overcome your fears, your struggles with control, and your struggles with not being able to see the bright side in things, and really feeling your feelings of love and pure admiration and care. It's kind of like be okay. How do I say it without it not sounding bad? I don't want to say be okay with being taken advantage of, but sometimes we have to look dumb in order to really progress forward without being so scared, without fear of being judged, without fear of being criticized or being seen as dumb or weak, because deep down we know we're not. But other people, no matter how much we try to portray that image of strength, they don't really care because they feel weak. So they're going to portray that projection onto you. So no matter what, be okay with being seen as weak, even though you're not. Be okay with being seen as someone who's easy to take advantage of, because you're not. Like, you will address those situations and you will absolutely be able to call out the false realities, the false lies, the false hopes, any and everything that people will lie to you about to try to manipulate you. You'll be able to see through that. That's kind of what I'm getting at. I hope that makes sense. So it's like 2:20 in the morning. I was actually gonna go swimming right now at 24 Hour Fitness. So I'm gonna go do that, even though I have work later. But yeah, I'll leave it at that, and take care.